All right, we are going to a no AC call on literally the same day that we have been to a couple of no heat calls. Obviously the no AC call was experienced yesterday. I'm quite sure when I get here they're going to have the heat on now. But either way, looking at the weather, as crazy as it is, April 16th, and it is actually in the 50s today. It's supposed to be high 70s tomorrow, so you're going to need the air again tomorrow, I would say, especially on the top floor. I'm not sure which unit it is, but we have been to this house before, so we're going to go here and see what we can do to get the AC fixed. So let's see what we got. All right, they got a nice 824 thermostat. We had to turn it down to 60 degrees to just make sure the air comes on and stays on, because it'll cool down quick in here. It's actually 54 outside. So let's go look at the job. All right, just because the truck is so far, I hooked up the gauges and brought the meter at the same time. And let's see, right now, we are not getting 24 volts. So let's look under the house. Pretty nice work area. Nice light on. So let's see what we got. Alright, we came under here to see what we can find. Obviously, people are not familiar with the train doors. Put these little pieces of tape on it to hold it on there. However, we're going to latch it back correctly. Get our tape off of it. So, what that's actually from is, well, that's on there good too. The customer had an electrician come and add that box here, which is a dummy box powered by a generator. So if his power goes out, he can unplug this, plug it into that, and there's the wire going into our furnace. And the generator, small generator, not a whole house one, will actually give him heat. So a little bit different than we'd have done, but fairly handy work and somewhat resourceful, I'd say, because at least they'll have heat if the power goes out. And so anyway, all we had to do was undo the tape to get the door open, and I immediately saw what looks like there was a splice. So I followed the wire and it's solid all the way out. Now the reason I thought it was a splice is if you look here, the 2-wire right here, blue and yellow. Yellow goes to yellow and blue goes to blue, common. And if you remember outside when I was checking for voltage, pretty sure those were red and white. So let's go outside and change that to blue and yellow, and I bet you we'll have AC. And we're going to put this door back on correctly first. So, just to be sure, let's look real quick. But I bet you the blue and yellow are hot right now. Yep, 28 volts. So, we should be able to go outside, switch to blue and yellow out there. So obviously you had one man wiring the indoor unit and a different man wiring the outdoor unit. And we got the door back on. Tell you what, this one piece of tape, I don't know if he covered it with glue or what. Got all the others off. But it's pretty obvious. Black electrical tape. An electrician, so-called electrician, just came and did that. All right, there we have it. Red and white outside. So, what do we call that? A communication breakdown. Let's change this to blue and yellow, and I'll bet you it comes right on. Not that they need it today, but it'll be there for them. And they do need it tomorrow or sometime soon. I don't know that I've ever seen this many doggone wires. This has got to be a piece of tin wire, I guess. So we took out a heat pump here and put in this gas. Got here and realized this is our job, and we did it. Okay, there's the blue, and I think I felt a little tingle. Okay. Yep, and these are 10, there's 10 wires here. That's why we've got that gray and black and brown, orange. So, let's hook up these two instead of those two. Obviously, the man that wired the inside likes blue and yellow. The man that wired the outside likes red and white, which is a little more common. They both make sense, so I bet you it comes on. Subcooling reading. We'll look at it. The pressures look okay. Alright, I connected my superheat, even though I don't need it, but just in case Joe is watching. Yes, Joe, I hooked up the superheat. So, we'll let this run about 10 minutes, maybe 15, and see what it looks like, but I'm pretty sure we're fine here. It is probably just barely cool enough not to be able to. 54 degrees. The train says 55 before we trust the subcooling reading, and I personally like about 60 or 65, but nonetheless, let's see if it'll build up. But we are discoing once again. Alright, it's up to 7. Subcooling. Superheat might be a little touch high. 7.3. Let's see, I believe this one is probably going to call 8. It's at 8. It's back down. in the cooling mode, the outdoor temperature can really affect that subcooling. This is just not warm enough to be accurate out here for me. But I just want Joe to know, if he's watching. Joe, I hope you do watch, buddy. And your package is on the way, by the way. Anyway, at least you know I hooked up both clamps, even though I wasn't worried about it. So, little inside joke back and forth with me and Joe Shearer. So, anyway, go subscribe to his channel if you're not already. Joe Shearer, S-H-E-A-R-E-R. He's a good tech, and picked up a couple little things off his channel myself. So, if you haven't watched him, get on over there and subscribe. So I'm going to unhook this and take off. I think we're okay, ready for the summer if it ever gets here. Thanks for watching. All right, that guy was a nice customer. And I thought when I pulled up, I recognized the house, but yeah, we did that change out. We call that a changeover, where he was heat pump. And we switched him out to gas, and they really loved the heat. So they went yesterday, I guess it was, and tried to turn on the AC because it was warm yesterday and then cold today. There's another house right there that we put a system in. So nonetheless, they noticed the outside unit not running, and it didn't seem like it was bringing the temperature down any. And so he gave me a call. And today it turns around and it's heating season again today. I think the high was 54, 55 today. And nonetheless, so I got no problem if you use blue and yellow for your 2-wire. I've also got no problem if you use red and white for your 2-wire, which actually probably makes more sense, because when you go to buy 2-wire, it's only red and white when you go to buy it. But when you got one man wiring the inside and one man wiring the outside, and they don't communicate, and you get what we have right there. Blue and yellow on one end and red and white on the other. So, kind of glad to go ahead and get that out of the way on a short day, on the end of the heating season. Only had a couple of calls today, really. I think 4 total. So, didn't get to get any film today much. Had helicopter customers everywhere that just hang right over my neck, and you know, I don't record video like that very well. So nonetheless, I'm glad that's over with, and we got it on an easy day. And it's supposed to be 70s tomorrow and 80s the next day. So we're going to start getting a bunch of cooling calls, and that's one of them that's out of the way. And I'll try to get some service video for the rest of the week. Hope everybody has a great evening. Thanks for watching.